Good evening, folks. Oh, I forgot the green screen. Hang on a second. Oh. You don't want to see my horrible garage. Right, let's get that a minute to load up. Hopefully it's strong enough on the headphone cable. Right, that's better. Now we're in a train cab. That's more like it. Oh, shall we have a different train cab? Can you hear me? Well, you should probably see. Do the usual AV checks. Can everyone hear? We're not doing an actual proper scenario. The timings don't matter. So we can leave it be. Let's change our cab. I fancy something different this way comes. Have I got a 142? Nope, I've got that one. Who knows what cab that is? Eh? What cab is that? A little loud on the game side. Okay. This much I can fix. How's that? 377 cab? No. It's a class 143 cab. Right, anyway. This route, welcome to Workshop Wednesday. Let me introduce the stream. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. We are looking on a Wednesday. I take a look at some different content that's on Steam Workshop. These days I've been focusing on routes, but at some point we'll probably do some scenarios on the existing routes. But there's tons of amazing routes, and I think that I want to showcase some of these routes first. I do try and use workshop scenarios as well where I can, but tonight's routes, there are no workshop scenarios. So when you download them, you can use QuickDrive or you can make your own content for them, like I've done, just a little simple scenario. This route is Nestland Lough, which is a fictional route by Phil Tier, PJT 1974, and the mods can post a link up to it. And this route is fictional British route, which is this. We are starting up here. We're going to run all the way around up there and down into that bit there. So we're going to do a little bit of a run. You'll see a fair bit of the route. This route was built in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Now, you know, Phil is an accomplished route builder, but it does give you an idea that it doesn't take months and months and months to create something that looks good. This route was originally released as a charity project to raise money for children in need, and after I think about 3 years he then uploaded it as a free download on Steam Workshop, so you can download this now as well. So should we get going and have a look? Instrument lights on, put that on, put that forward. Right, first stop is Balafoy. So yes, we've got tonight we have Nestland Lough. We're then going to go and have a look at the Lapwai Canyon, the Camas Prairie Railroad. Then lastly we've got a bit narrow gauge steam with a Polish route. It's really nice compared to a little route, that little narrow gauge one. Bit shorter stream than normal because this is going to take me about 45 minutes I think to drive. And then the next two were probably about 20 minutes or so each. So we'll probably only be about 90 minutes tonight. Well, I'm going to drive on the Polish route, one of the Chorus steamers. Well, how do you pronounce it then, Baked Bean Kid? That's right, no one corrected me the entire time before. You're all mean. Lough. Is it Lough? Fair enough. Wait till we get to the Polish route and I try and pronounce that. I can't get English names right. I've got no hope when it comes to Polish. Yes, there is a turntable on the Long Island, Joshua. It's over in the diesel depot. Right, let's pick up some speed. Some lovely little set pieces. What's left of bits of track. I like seeing in routes, workshop and the ones that official ones, bits of less disused track, because they immediately make the route feel like it's lived. They give it history. Even if you don't have anyone telling you the history, you can immediately see there is history to this route, which is really cool. Beep beep. And most importantly, I'm driving a pacer. Did you know you can now use your Steam sale points to give an award to your favourite workshop items? I saw the notice today, but I must admit I don't know anything about it, Russell. What's that? Who wants to share the info on that? P-Yan Grosser, who knows what game engine TS2020 is on? It's a proprietary game engine, pretty much built specifically for the game. Right, AWS warning because of the speed reduction. Did you know someone has a Pacer model on Facebook Marketplace? Yeah, I've got a 00 gauge Pacer already. I just need, in fact, it looks very similar to this one. I just need to convince it to not fall off the track all the time. King Sean, this is a Class 142. Coming up on Balafoy. The Unrock Reading Festival on GWE. Nice one, Bob's Plays. Right, coming up in the station. I'll have a look outside the station in a minute. Let's just get stopped. Now this is where the other part of the main line is over here, so we're effectively just coming off the branch and we've got the main line here. So if you're making your own scenarios, there's quite a lot of BAL. You've got some good gameplay options here. You can have trains either on the branch line while you whiz by, or you can be coming off the branch line while mainline trains are going by. So it's quite interesting. Let's get some lights on, shall we? There we go. Right, let's carry on. It's now Sadie proud to say you're an owner of a Pacer. Nice, Derek. Who's streaming tomorrow? I have not got a clue what the plan is tomorrow, Bobs. I'm one of the best YouTubers ever, Train Fanatic. Well, thank you. I don't think you're probably right, but I like to think so anyway. Glad you're enjoying the content. Right, we're probably going to be crossing up over here because I think we've taken the right fork. Or are we not? We are. The Pacer is only £8.31 in the Steam sale. Well, there you go. I think I really like this model actually. It's very, very nice. You could probably buy a real one for that much if you hurry. Yeah. Moggy has already spent too much in the sale. I haven't spent anything in the Steam sale. Sam said he would be back tomorrow. There you go. Someone already knows the answer then. I do like this route. It's quite pleasant. So at the moment we've basically left the main line immediately and gone up over here. There's some nice yard area here you can use for some shunting. And another the oil depot over here. So there's lots of little industries dotted around, which is quite nice. Oh, on Clenchfield, Dave. Someone sent me the link to it. Yes. Right, coming up to the business park. Yes, modern ECML and 142. It's what all the cool kids are driving. That's what I like to tell myself anyway. Baked Bean Kid, Sacramento route. I wouldn't say it's particularly difficult to drive on Baked Bean Kid. Have you got that impression from when I've been streaming it in the past? When am I next doing a stream? I have no idea, Daniel Dawson, in all honesty. I do them every Fridays, but that's not trains, that's cars. Because of a Friday night, I just need to make some cars and turn them into scrap metal. Right, next is Chimney Central. So at this point we come down here, all the way up there, and come into Chimney Central, another major one in the route. And you've got this lovely little yard down here as MPD, Motor Power Depot down there. Chimney Central here. There's another station here, but we're not going to Chimney West, we're going to go through it and then turn up that way. Nigel, I will have a go at doing the how to change the locomotive scenario on the final scenario, because I'm going to do the US one last, and that one has a loco, so I can show how to change it for a different loco. Should be able to do that. Hey DJSB, how's it going? Now we're on that main line we looked at earlier on. Well, Train Sim World 2 will be on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Nothing's been announced on that stated Neptune. So, yeah. Hang fire, and when there's news on that, we'll let you know. Finished your job today, said chillin'. Nice. Do you know if Scotland is coming to TSW2? Well, there's nothing announced on that. If there's things you'd like to see, make sure they're in the content suggestion forum, Louis. No, Pacer is appropriate for Northern Transpennine, I think. Or is it Tees Valley? I think it's Tees Valley. Tees Valley is the one the Pacer's appropriate for. It's actually timed. Tees Valley is timed, so you could actually run the 142s or the 143s. There's like 1 year where they both ran there before the 142s replaced the 143s, ironically. Where are we? Oh, we've just gone past the mounted power depot, which is over here. It's feeling a bit Liverpool. I must have missed an AWS. Stopped in a tunnel, always exciting. Get away. Get away, you. Any update on the next Q&A session for TSW2? I don't think anything's been announced on that front. I'm not 100% sure what it is myself at the moment. Real life passenger lights would cut out now, and then all the windows will get smashed and everyone will evacuate. Folks, bunch of questions coming in on TSW2, which is fantastic to see, but we're not talking TSW2 tonight, we're looking at Train Simulator 2020. Make sure your questions are on the Dovetail forums, and they'll be collated around together, and we'll try and find ways of getting answers to them in the various Q&A streams. We've got lots of Q&A streams coming up. Right. This is Chimney Central. Yeah, I must admit, I tend to live in the timetables as well, only me. By far my favourite way to play the game. So, where to next? Get our head out of there. We've got the green light, we can carry on. Viral powers, you might get more of an answer if you actually post the specs of your computer. I've no idea what a fierce exile is. Right, so at this point we carry on until we get, we're going to go past the this bit over here. Again, we've got disused tracks on the looks of it. And then we'll swing off round, go for Chase Junction. Yeah, the old style bus stores. It's also got the old bus seats as well. Still more comfortable than a modern ironing board seat. Hey there, Train Trek Trav. Having a nice cup of tea. Yeah, we all tried to aim something at you, Moggy, but we all missed, so... So approach control because of the junction up ahead. tea, never. It's warm enough now that I haven't actually drunk a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in weeks. I don't think I can quite get away with months yet, but definitely not weeks. Lovely scenery on this. Are you sad Mixer doesn't support Xbox anymore? Mixer barely exists anymore, doesn't it? It's being shut down. Those of you on Mixer, make sure that you're aware of our YouTube and Twitch details, so that you can still stay in touch. We don't want to lose you. Come and find another way to watch us. Oh, I do like an iced coffee, yeah, decaffeinated. I do like an iced coffee. Right, cross over here. Slow down to 15 for the turn up here. You left it late to tell me. Hey Dan Abassi, how's it going? Oops. Come on, give me some speeds, darn it. One in 99 gradient as we come up the branch line. Ollie, how are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. D. Gaffney got a much needed haircut today. I haven't decided which one to get cut, to be honest, D. Gaffney. I'm still dwelling on that. It's the biggest decision I have to make. Right, 20 to get back out onto the other side of the loop. Hey, Null Matrix. No, rest assured the pink ears will remain very safe. Do you send them away to get cut, or do you take them all in for the ride? Take them all in for the ride, to be honest. It's the only time they get to see any daylight. Why are Pacer so bouncy? The principal reason is that because they're only two-axle. Most trains have got four axles, two axle bogies, and so a lot of this, the springiness is actually absorbed into the way that the bogie moves itself. Whereas with only two axles, the whole body is moving backwards and forwards. That's what got the nickname Nodding Donkey, because they sort of bounce backwards and forwards. What do I look like with blue hair? Probably very similar. My daughter came in one day and she said she had a cure for my hair. I said, oh yeah, what's that? She said, hang on a minute. And she started drawing on my head. I said, what on earth are you doing? She said, I'm drawing pictures of rabbits. Why? She said, because they look like hairs from a distance. Right, here we are at the next station. Where are we? Chase Junction. Slow or going on the branch line. Let's get some full-on door action on this shot, shall we? Oh yeah. Next is Merby, which is along the single track section up here. Use the horn. So there is another branch line now that goes off down this way to the Ballatier Quarry. So again, they've got some interesting operations with freight moves and things. There's tons of scenario. One of the things that Phil has done a really good job on this is he's made something which is rich in gameplay possibility. Next, I'm going to be doing something a narrow gauge Polish route. Next is coming up next, Zexborough. I'll have a go at pronouncing the name of the Polish route, but I'm probably wrong. Maybe if there's any Polish people on the chat, they can correct me, but I believe it's pronounced Ponichi. Oh, well, go and have a look for it on Workshop then for me, Jan, and you can tell me how you pronounce it. We're really out in the fields, heading out for the coast here. You can almost hear the Father Ted theme tune playing in the background. There's a lot of sheep on your right. They're cows, dude. They're cows. It's alright. Sheep on the left. Nissen hut. Standard farm equipment. Got your sides mixed up. There you go. Alright, let's slow down for the 20. Coming into Merby. I dare say Moggy will be able to pop out to the seaside here and get himself an ice cream. Suddenly the brakes are working really well. It's a bit different of a scene, isn't it? It won't be long now. This is the end. We've got the stop in Merby coming up. Just there. And then we've got to make it down to there. So we're almost done with this one. That's the one, Jan. That's the one. Pace of hype, indeed. I love that area there. This is really nicely put together. Pony J. Is that what you mean? Or Pony Yeah? Right. He's been dived bombed by a blue bottle. Pony J. There you go. Right, final station at Drumness. Campsite, all nice and socially distanced. .40 limits. Really, really nice bits of detail in here. It's very different. Right, speed drop to 30. What is this route, Micro? This is a Steam Workshop route, which means it is a free download from Steam Workshop. But you do need to make sure you own all of the dependencies that it requires. And then someone can just go and have a look and let you know which ones they require. Now is a really, really good time. There is a sale on, which means that if there are routes and trains that you need to make the scenarios and routes work on Steam Workshop, but you don't own them because they're not normally things you would pick up. Now is a great time to beef up your collection to allow you to run the routes and scenarios that you do want to run from Steam Workshop. So go and find some of the content, look back through some of the other Workshop Wednesday streams and see what interests you, and then go and have a look at the dependencies and then find out how much they cost on Steam, on the Steam sale, because you might find that this is a really good way to bolster your collection and allow you to download more content from Steam Workshop. Yeah, the 47 runs better now, doesn't it, Ollie? With the performance fix. That's worked well. Hey there, B9Bot. How's it going, sir? Girders from Stranraer. Open the jaws. And there you go, folks. That was Nestland Luff, as I've been told to pronounce it. Ed approved stop. What are you talking about? Ed could park at least 3 ginties in that slot. And still have room to call a taxi back to the buffers. It's Loch, is it? That's really weird spelling. Alright, fair enough. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, so yes, that was Nestland Loft. You can get that one on Steam Workshop. It's by PJT 1974. It's a fictional route. Yeah, you'll just need to check what dependencies you need to make it work. Right, okay, now Pony J. This is so. There's 2 versions of this route on Steam Workshop. There's the original one by Andrzej Kuzak, I'm guessing is his name, and it's uploaded quite some time ago. But it makes use of a route that hasn't been available for a long time, called Forum Peninsula, which was a payware DLC. But somebody's come out, and then much more recently, the Corris Railway route was released on Steam by Skyhook. So somebody else, ARHDR Rail fan, came along and, with permission of the original author, rechanged all of the track on Pony J to use the Corris track, which means while having the Forum Peninsula route will give you more scenery, it's now not actually mandatory to own the bit. As long as you've got Corris, you'll now at least get track and some other scenery. So it's worth taking another look at this one, because it's a treat. It really is lovely. And it's narrow gauge and it's Steam, so what's not to like, basically. So let's have a look at the route map. This is the line. We're starting down here in Telnet platform, and basically we're going to go all the way around the loop, back up, and then go down into the is it quarry or something, the logging area there. Isn't Forum Peninsula available as that London Underground route? Technically, but it hasn't got the same assets in it, being kid, and the ones that it does are in different folders. So you can't use the London Underground route, whatever it was. It's an overground route actually, but you can't use the TFL route as an asset library like the Forum Peninsula was. It's different assets. Right. So this is Pony J. Away we go. What I haven't checked is whether I need to set all the points. No, they're all automatic by the looks of it. It's got that bit of a rickety feeling to the track as well. Hey, if you want to run the dock tank on this baked bean kid, go for it. Just don't look too closely at the track. This bit of track doesn't seem to have gone well. I don't know what's gone here. This route used to be really good. What's happened? Hopefully the track comes back again. Pretend that the train is not visible for the moment until the track comes back. Dum-de-dum. Are we coming back up? We might be coming back up. Yeah, something has clearly not worked very well in this, in the change between the two tracks. I would imagine. Is this an underground route? No, it's sort of part of both. Is there any danger of the track coming? Oh look, hello, we can see a train. We can see the wheels. Well, imagine that you could use the there's the American narrow gauge stuff, isn't there? Or am I thinking of I think I'm thinking of Clear Creek. I don't know if that's narrow gauge, is it? No, I'm doing a Sam. My train is still on the tracks. Oh, Clear Creek is a narrow gauge route. Okay, I'm getting it right then. So Clear Creek locos would probably look really interesting on here. I don't know if they're the same gauge of narrow gauge, because narrow gauge is one term that's used to mean all sorts of different things, but. Right, we're coming up on our first waypoint. Looking at chat, not paying enough attention. There's lots of little details on here. Everything looks really. You feel like you're in a place. There's other because there's some of the scenes that have been set up. It was Baked Bean Kid, but signals on workshop routes tend to be varying degrees of successful. On a standard scenario, won't bang you out. So there's no other trains on this, and the points are all set correctly. Was that further direction? Let's go and have a look. Oh yes, it was. Yes, you're right, Rob. My mistake. Right, let's head around to the next waypoint. Good evening, Zug. Now our track's in the air. Or we're missing an asset. Might be missing a bridge asset or something. I don't know what that is. Oh, come on. Right, you know what we're going to do? This could be funny. Bye! Oh, they ran out of They went off the end of this ribbon, so they ran out of physics. They couldn't physics good anymore. Yeah, it is a shame. The route hasn't really survived too well from the track conversion. If you have Forum Peninsula, then get the original version because the author did a stunning job of the route. As you can see from the quality of the scenery, it's amazing. Actually. Oh no, we're over there. Okay, good. We're not going up that way. Wait, this was the way we'll be going up on the way back. We wanted to make sure we hadn't snookered ourselves. Have I done the West Somerset Railway in the real world? Yes, I've been to the West Somerset several times now. It's fantastic railway. All of a sudden realised I had lots of brakes and we were going uphill. Are the trains in TS World 2020 physics or spline based? I mean in both games they're physics based. The track is, I mean even the track isn't. No, the track's not a spline either. The track is straights and curves essentially. They're dynamically created straights and curves, and then the train follows it. Oh, I see what you mean. Is it actually is it using physics to stay on the rails? Yes and no. It's using a combination of the two. It kind of knows roughly where it should be, and then uses physics to deal with the fine details of it. Because you'll notice, well, when this one starts, you'll see it wiggle around on the rails a bit, which is where it's using the physics side of it. Oh yeah, all games are and particularly simulations are a compromise between trying to simulate it authentically and making it run on average person's computers. You could use every single bit of resource on an average PC just doing a nice simulation of wheel on rail physics. Thunderbirds is a class name for a rescue locomotive, but it's also often associated with the Class 57 Euromaster. Crikey, that was steep. 1 in 22. Oh, the 57s were nicknamed body snatchers, yeah. but there's the Virgin 57s, which were all used for Thunderbird duties, also got the nickname of being Thunderbirds. But no, the name Thunderbird actually refers to anything being used on a Thunderbird duty, a rescue service. Trains are complicated, yes, baby kid. Stick with shunting. Rescue duty. So if a train stalls, maybe because it has a failure of some sort, then you would send a Thunderbird train out to go and couple up to it and haul it along. Hence rescue. I love how this route looks. There's just so much attention gone into the scenery. This is cool. There's a number of workshop authors that get really creative with their assets. So this is a bridge, but it's not a bridge that exists in the game. This is a bridge that the author has constructed out of other bits and pieces. Very cool. I love seeing the little constructions like this kind of thing, which they just make the route look a bit unique. They're a mixture of the two again. Jan, you get cube maps for the surrounding, and then I think a real-time reflection for the meshes. It's a windy route this. It goes up and down and all over the place. You've really got to watch where it's going. This is cool because it kind of sort of feels like you're driving in the backyard. Crikey, this thing cannot get up at 1 in 22. I think the passengers might be going. Everyone say goodbye to the passengers. Look at the rate this thing's going up. That's better. We've gone down steep hills as well, baby kids, so I'm not sure that would help. It might do. Slip coaches. Yeah, there's a few problems there. Right, where are we now? We've made it over here, so we carry on all the way around. When we get back to there, we'll then swing over into there. Nah, it's an old trick, Ollie. It's an old trick. All railwaymen know that trick. Thought I'd put some water in before we blow it up. Decouple car, no, because the other so that one is there. Oh no, that's me. There's the coach that I uncoupled, and the two freight cars are sitting there. Hold up industrial loop next. Euromaster, this is a workshop railway called Pony J, which is it's on Steam Workshop. It's a free download. It's got a reasonable list of dependencies you need to make it work, including some stuff which isn't available at the moment. But the only one you need to have is the track. Everything else is just the more you've got, the more you'll see. Oh yeah, water. See you later, only mate. That's 1 in 15. Have to double head loco this one probably, but probably be quite fun. Double head it and put a bit more behind it. Right, that puts us there. Next is round back to where we started. Did all the audio go away? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, I think actually the problem is not so much the track. I think the landscape has all got a bit out of whack, Jan. So everything's floating on. Where the object was on the ground, the landscape has somehow come away from it. But class 37 at the back, yeah. I think it's 2'3" narrow gauge, Euromaster. Same gauge as the chorus, whatever that is. Get some water. Standard gauge and broad gauge. Broad gauge is a much wider gap between the rails. If you Google it, you'll get all the exact details. No, no coffee. Just drinking a bit of water from my bottle. Alison, you like my headphones? They're the best. They sound good too. We have floaty trees. Oh dear, something went wrong with this room. Alex, yes, I'm playing on the keyboard, yeah. Another one of those constructed bridges. I don't know. There's another author has done more work on this to fix up the track, Francois, and I can only assume something's gone wrong there. It's still a fun route. It's really interesting to drive because of all these gradients. Right, we're coming up on Town Loop, which is where we started. Except not in the same siding. Hold there for a minute and then we'll proceed up around that way and then we're done with that one. I'm going to do another one. I think I'm going to do a fourth one tonight. The next one won't take very long either. It just occurred to me that I promised I would do something this week and I forgot. Oh look, we're going uphill. Coming up on the junction any minute now. Oh, we're actually going to go up to there. You don't think trains work like that? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's really fine. Yeah, all the ground seems to have got flattened out. One in 10. Flying railway. I think possibly someone has, Ed, yeah. Oh, 1 in 19. I mean 11. I don't think this loco is good enough to get up there, but I think that's enough of that one. So that one is Pony J, which you can get from the Steam Workshop. The original version is still up there if you want to have a go at swapping the track out yourself. And very good it is too. Looks a lot more convincing. I'm only at 38%. What? More reverser. Oh yeah, I could have given it more reverser. Never mind. Right, let's move on to the next one then. So let's click quit, and we'll go to the Lapwai Canyon. This one is by the author is just down as 315, and it's the Camas Prairie Railroad, known as the Lapwai Canyon. There's quite a bit of track in the route, but the only bit that's got scenery is from here to about here, and from what I recall from when I last looked at it, it's quite stunning. But before we get going, we've got a pumpkin on the front, and really we shouldn't have a pumpkin on the front. So I'm going to press this. I'm going to change the loco. Okay, this is our train. I'm going to change this loco for something else. So press Control E and go in the editor. Pop this over here, and we'll have a look down. I need to go to the scenario editor, which is this one up here. Yes. I need to find the train. This is the only problem. One of the problems with this route is that it is finding the track. There it is up there. Find the track, follow the track, we'll find the route eventually. Had I taken more time to build the scenario, I would have moved the start marker where it should be. Essentially, this is the other track that the author has laid ready to carry on with the route, but hasn't got that far yet. So a lot of the track is laid for the route. It's just not had the terrain set up and anything else. We'll get there eventually. Is this a train conductor? It's a train driving simulation, or being an engineer. Somewhere's abouts upstairs. I thought it was going to leave my camera where it was, to be fair. Right, here we are. Right, so we've got a pumpkin on the front, and we don't want a pumpkin on the front. So we now go to our loco list, and let's have, what should we have? Let's have, so we could put Burlington one in. Whoops. Click the orange bar to flip it around. So let's have a look. We've got a Burlington one we could do, or we could do something heinous and do an SD40-2 in Union Pacific. What else can we think of? So let's put an F7 actually in. F7B unit. Another B unit, and we'll put an A unit in. And then we what we do is shift click, and then we can move that back to somewhere else. And then if you want to just change the loco used in the consist, you want to copy the instructions across. So all you do is you pick this driver icon, drag and drop. This is now the player train with all the instructions that were in there before. So if I now delete these two, and if I shift select these to get all of them, put them on the front of my train, I've now changed the player train. So that's how you can swap the locos at the front. So if you want to put something else in, I'll just show you that one more time. So if we take, say, the GP9, and we want to put the GP9 on the front of this lot, then you just literally click and drag to move this, the disc across. This now is the player loco. You can then bring the wagons across, or even make it a completely different train if you want to. But I'm going to drive it with the F7, so we'll put that one back, and hopefully that makes sense. That's how you change the loco in a scenario. Right, F7 hype. The editor is powerful, it can do lots of things, Jan, but it's not the case that it's generally quite easy to use. but it's also capable of things which are not easy to use as well. Scenery picks up around the corner, we get to a bridge and we're clinging to the side of a mountain. Good night, Derek. Hey there, I'm Crazy. I'm good, thank you. I don't know when the next TS2020 stream will be, British Orange Locos. I don't think it's long now. So keep an eye out on the usual social media channels. As soon as there is one, it'll be announced, but I don't think it's too far off now. We think about all sorts of trains for real motivation. Right, where are we? Working our way here, and this is about where we end up. We cross round and then we're clinging to the side of the mountain as we make our way down the gradient, I think it is. American classification system is often based around its purpose and its performance. So, like an SD40, the 40 tells you more about its power. ES44 is 4400 horsepower, for example. But then the letter SD is a standard diesel, GP is a general purpose. Whereas in the UK, it's more about their type. So whether it's a Class 66 is a Type 6, Class 37 is a Type 3. Special duty, that's it. Yeah, special duty, that's it. And the train's hard to drive, like maintain speed and braking and stuff. So going up a hill is obviously just managing your throttle. Going down either side, particularly the eastern slope, because it's the steepest one, if you've got a heavy train, is a matter of managing your dynamics and learning how the braking systems work to do it effectively. Right, we're almost getting to the main area of the scenery in a minute. What route is this? This is the Lapwai Canyon. Lapwai. You see the canyon in a minute. See you later, Sean Lewis. Glad you enjoyed it. You see the canyon yet? I think that's true of every American route, pretty much, Baked Bean Kid. Mariah's Pass and Stevens Pass are pretty much bread and butter for most routes these days. I seem to recall there's some quite large bridges on this route as well. That's nice. It's actually sufficiently steep and we're sufficiently heavy that I'm using the dynamics and the air brakes together. Descending hills in America is really good fun. Just learning those brake systems. Learning how to make them work well with you. Putting the brakes on is one thing, taking them off and having to wait 10 minutes for them to recharge is another. Yep. Oh yes, this was quite cool. The way that the author had used different rock formations to create these really nice rock tunnel portals. In Germany, BR stands for the word in German for class. That I can't pronounce. So where you see BR, it means class. Definitely doesn't mean British Rail. Yeah, that's the one, Crucible. See you later, I'm crazy. I'm not sure how the French classification system works. slow going American route, this one. We'll finish off with a bit of craziness. I haven't downloaded it yet, so I'll download it in a minute. Just a little bit of craziness just to finish the stream off with the forest rail. Not forest rail, the forest roller coaster. No, not the forest roller coaster. It's good fun. What are you talking about? Where have we got? We're up here. We're almost joined up with where we're going to be coming back out. With second loco, it's 4 locos. It's what they call an F7 ABBA set. So the ones with cabs are A units. The ones with no cabs are basically identical, but they're called B units because they've got no cabs. So this is an ABBA set. I seem to recall B units actually do have a very tiny area with a set of controls for moving it under its own steam. Look at that view! We'll be down there in a minute. That's how far we've got to go down. That's a long way down. At some point we'll have to try bringing an AT&N consolidation up here. Try getting the FEF3 up this hill. I probably can barely get it moving anymore, let alone going up a hill. You normally have to use the cold and dark versions of Low Coast if they're available, Monda. Apparently the F originally meant 1400 horsepower. Not F as in freight. So it's F as in 1400 horsepower. You got me curious, the shot. You got me curious. Because it's one of those things that actually, I don't know the answer to that. I kind of want to. Google dizzy. What does it say about curing dizziness? Don't look down. Okay. Most of the time, the power rating of the train is part of it somewhere. It's getting ever closer now, look, because we're dropping down at 3.5%. That's really, really steep. Yeah, ND means not driver. No driver, sorry, it means no driver generally. As in, it doesn't have a driver model. So if you're doing a train and you want to put it in the yard, then you can use the no driver model. Or if you've got like an HST, you put the no driver model on one end and the driver model on the other end. Finally arrested my runaway train. Do the horn. There's my drink. You're in Stanage Tunnel, are you? That off-way? Oh no, not far. Let me turn around and go back the other way. Former Dan Hernandez! Such a legend in the community. Back on 3.5%. And around the curve. Hey, Railroad Crossings, how's it going? We'll come out of the tunnel in a minute. Nut Craig siding. I saw Sam's train going out orbital, yes. I'll probably use the little 040 that it comes with, I think. That's where we were a minute ago, up there. Not always. This looks like, in fact, in this particular case, this looks like actually, because this track it looks a bit worse for wear. That this might actually be a bi-directional siding of some sort. It looks like an old track. What's going on down here? Oof. Everyone, hold on. Right, we're on our way back up this way. We've just got to get to there. Might just bend the speed limit a little bit. Sure, we'll be fine. Actually, given the time, I'm going to do the forest trail next time. I think we're already at nearly 2 hours. And this stream's supposed to only be 1 hour long. What can I say? I enjoy the game. We can bend the 1 hour stream a bit, yeah, I think we bent it a bit. So we're working our way down, but we're going back up the other side of the canyon. Well, same side actually, isn't it? But yeah, you can see how much distance we've covered. It's very steep. What route is this, David Harrison? This is called the Lapway Canyon. It's a free download on Steam Workshop. It's by an author on Steam Workshop just known as 315. He's got a couple of other routes as well. But I'd used this one before, so I remembered it being quite a nice one to look at. And the downhill grade is seriously steep, so it's quite a nice challenge. We're almost at the top. And we'll turn left and continue along. There you go, that's where we came in, all the way up there. And that's where we're going out now, around that way. America definitely has some really interesting challenges with their railroads, with the way that the places they've got to take them and the challenges they've got to cover as they try and do it. It is very different to anything that you've got in a lot of other countries. Let's just speed up a little bit. Go 20. Try and finish sometime today. "40 miles an hour be down here, be fine." Probably, Alison. Hey there, Ben the Train Man. How's it going? It's another trestle. Oh dear. Still a steep gradient. We're not back in there in the other part of the canyon anymore, but we're still lowering the level quite rapidly. Five miles to go. No, the dynamic brakes aren't really doing much, to be honest. Custom hitcher. See you later, Nigel. Good luck. Remember to watch the video if you need to see how to do it again once it goes up. Ben the Train Man, yeah, we were talking about a Rule 14L. I'm fully aware of it, but I keep forgetting to do it because over here we barely use the horn at all. We could do some shunting instead if you want, baby kid. At least you're not sitting there wondering, counting the trees. Hasn't quite made it up here yet then. There are any new American locos coming up for Train Simulator? I guess you'll find out. We're not. If it's not been announced, then I can't talk about it here. So keep an eye out in the usual places. Can you go from Clapham Junction to Gatwick Airport? On the London-Brighton route you can. Not on this one, we're a little bit away from it. Little set on the air brakes is just about holding it. Normally you use dynamics, but they don't seem to be doing what I need them to do on this. Is this Feather River Canyon, Ben? No, it isn't. It's called the Lapway Canyon. It's on Steam Workshop. It's a free download. Duckington, when is the next Q&A stream or gameplay stream for TSW2? There's nothing been announced at the moment. Duckington, I'm not 100% sure when it is. I don't think it's long. I think it's any time now. So keep an eye out. When I get to the end of this, I bet the debriefing screen actually, instead of telling me how much time I spent over speeding, it will tell me how much time I spent running and within the speed limit, because it'll be a smaller number. Hey there, Gadget, how's it going? Isn't that what normally happens when you drive? Shh, some people don't know that yet, baby kid. Some of them have been asleep at the back of the class. My favourite American loco in Train Sim? I don't know. I don't know. How's the day going, Gadget? Long and busy. How about yourself? Everyone knows, yeah, mate, you're a legend in bad driving circles. That means I'm a legend. That's really all that matters. There's no such thing as bad PR. Hey Dean, how's it going? I'm doing well, thank you. It's Sam Tomorrow Train Fanatic, I believe, yes. That's what someone said earlier on. 2.5 miles. Favourite UK diesel? Don't know. I find it really difficult to pick favourites of trains. I like them all. I want them all, please. Favourite route? In TS World, my favourite route overall? Oh, I don't know. Probably Hauptstrecke Rheinrohr or Main Spessart. There's just nice variety in those two routes. Plus, any route with German signals and PZB. Amazing. Got steep again. Duckington, it's not up to me. Not up to me at all. But you're right, Sam's awesome. Yeah, mixer's shutting down soon. There's not long left on it. So make sure you know where our Twitch and YouTube your addresses are so that you can come along and join us still. .3 miles. It's Benson. You're at university studying cybersecurity when you get into game design. Do you normally tend to get into jobs easily in the gaming industry? Not really any easier than any other industry, I don't think. Should you try and make a portfolio as a degree alright? I would definitely try and make a portfolio. You need to have some way of showing what you can do. And demonstrate that you actually care for the for it, and passion for it. And the other thing is, whenever you go for a job interview at a games company, play their games first. Play their games and have feedback. If you're going to be a designer somewhere, have played the game and have feedback on the game from a designer's perspective. What would you do differently? What did you like? What didn't you like? Have answers for these questions. Penetrating's the manifest aftermaster. It's a bit of everything. Got some reefers, some autos, tanks, hoppers. That's it. As you're speeding, why is the route not cutting out? How do you mean, Nigel? Right, cul-de-sac is coming up. Actually, I think it's just up here. Oh no, it's around the corner. Reefer, as in refrigerated baked bean. Not as much of a stretch as you might think. Oh, as soon as you go over the medium, it applies the brakes. Now that depends on the train and how it's been set up, and if safety systems are on or anything like that. And that is the end of this journey. So yeah, quite a fierce downhill run. Imagine how stressful that would be in real life. Because if you lose it, you're in trouble, basically. And there you go, folks. So let me just run through what we run tonight. We ran Nestland Lock by Phil Tier, PJT 1974. Then we ran the Lapway Canyon, then we ran a Ponige, which is by Andrzej Kuzak and RHDR Railfan. They're both on Steam Workshop. And then we ran this one, which is the Lapway Canyon Camas Prairie Railroad by 315. Yeah, those three are all on Steam Workshop. Camas Prairie, this one has actually got a couple of scenarios on Steam Workshop as well, so you might find some other stuff to do there as well. Alright folks, thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. We also did that how to swap a locomotive out, so don't forget to come back to that if you need a reminder of it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Don't forget to come back tomorrow and support Sam. Bye.